Ladies and gentlemen,
ridiculous.
hey, guess what? Guess what? It's Tuesday evening, which means it's live stream night, baby. I want the music to vibe for a second. I want all 10 of you that's watching right now, I want y'all to vibe with us. Here we go. Here, this is where the music really picks up. This is all the HHN fans right now. all of you Mardi Gras people sitting there going, Mardi Gras. No, move aside. It's Horror Nights time. Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween Horror Nights 2024 SPEC season. The first version of SPEC map now out.
It's exciting.
Everybody in the chat, come on. I want love. I want vibes in the chat. All right, let's bring the music down. I know.
There we go.
Maybe we'll do a live stream after party tonight. We'll put the music on. I'll bust out a couple of dance moves in tonight's after party. Members only though. We're gonna shut the doors. It's only members only access for the Fright Club Lounge.
Don't get them all excited.
Why not? They're already stoked.
You gotta follow through with it.
I'll pull a couple bus moves and stuff. I'll do the Hondo. H-O-N-D-O-H-O. Okay, all right. Relax. We'll get you at the end of the stream. You hang back over there. He's staring at us right now. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing? Happy Tuesday, March the 12th, 2024 evening here live in La Casa de la Fright Club, where we had a plan to talk logistics and layout of this year's Halloween Horror Nights event. And then by the Lords of HHN decided to say, well, we have a package waiting for you at the front door. And that is the Halloween, the Horror Night Nightmares. I always want to say Halloween Horror Night Nightmares so much, but the HNN SPEC map.
Yep.
Version 1 for this year's event has officially dropped. And if you guys know us, we're fans at heart more than anything. We're fans first. That's what comes first. So seeing this spec map drop, that little kid inside me kind of lit up. I was like, oh God. And,
even though Brian was like,
I was at work. Yeah, I was at work. And oh man, I was trying to contain myself too.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments where it's like, oh,
we haven't even really gotten the chance to like talk to each other about it because he came home from work and then we like got ready to do the stream. So
yeah. And then we're
gonna kind of like go through it all together.
Maybe we might leave a couple people out depending on how y'all are acting. We'll see.
We're gonna all go through it together, and it'll be the first time that Brian and I are really even like talking to each other about it. I was talking to a few of you in the Discord earlier about it. Of course, I was working as well, so I couldn't get as into it as I wanted to. But I also knew that we were saving it for tonight.
I mean, this morning wasn't the plan, and all of a sudden now that is kind of the plan. So yeah, so Steph and I we have seen the map. I think I've only seen the map for a total of 1 minute. I don't even think I've seen it for more than a minute. I saw the picture of it, clicked on it, just kind of did a browse around, boom, and that's pretty much it. We haven't really discussed it, and we're going to get into it here in a second too. And when we do, I'm basically, I'll ask you, hey, what do you think? You kind of ask me. We'll kind of give you guys what we think, kind of like a blind reaction to this, because we haven't really talked about it. And then we'll kind of just go over a couple of things that are speculated for it. We'll talk with you guys. Really, this live stream, I'm going to kind of put it in the hands of you, the viewer. If you guys are watching live, obviously, if you're watching this after the live stream, sorry, it's out of your control. But
you can still comment. We just won't. It won't be live.
Yeah. But for those that are watching right now live in the chat, you guys, we'll pretty much try to be watching y'all's comments and what you guys think with what speculated. I know you guys have already been talking. Our Discord's been blowing up. I've been getting notifications and stuff. If you guys can right now, hold on to your speculated thoughts. Yeah. We're gonna go around the spec map. We're gonna look at it. I'm gonna pull it up here on the stream so you guys can see it. Even though you probably have it up on your phone already, but we'll go around the park. We'll look at each symbol, what they symbolize, what we kind of think about it. And we're going to read what you guys think about it as well. So we can just kind of all stay organized. So we're not just having all these other, just because of Steph and I, we haven't really talked about it. And I don't want to see somebody talking about this side of the map when I'm over here. So we're going to try to keep it organized.
Kind of like how we did the code names. Because we just like went in a list.
Exactly.
Essentially. And I will try my best to keep Brian on top of the super chats and all of that, which we do have 2.
I'm getting there right now. I'm trying to go.
So our first one is.
Oh, okay.
Did you find it?
Wait, hold on. 1, 2. Is it just 2?
Yeah, it's those 2. I don't know if you can put those on the screen.
Can I see from your side?
It's the 2 that you're looking at. You can see your.
Oh, so it's a Fright Club.
Yeah,
chat.
It's not a super chat. It's a Fright Club. I don't know what you call those. But we have Brandon does theme parks. Member for 13 months. Thank you. And that is Fright Club veteran. Yeah,
Fright Club veteran. Brandon saying it's officially HHN season.
Yeah.
Incorrect. It's been HHN season since 1991. So just wanted to say that.
Since 1991.
Since 1991, it's been an HHN season. But yeah, officially, it's like we feel like we're really in the spec season of things right now. So Brandon does theme parks. Hey, 13 months, over a year. It's crazy. That's crazy to think about.
And then go ahead and read the next
And then HK Grim Sniper, Fright Club beginner for 7 months, my man. Welcome. If anyone is wondering, the posters are very good quality. I mean, Steph made them, right? Hey. Got the 31 for my horror gaming room and had so many compliments. Getting the 32 next week. Yay. Love to hear it. Thank you so much. By the way, if you guys did not know, yes, that's right. The Fright Club shop is open. If you guys haven't checked it out, if you haven't heard of it, we got some merch. I'm repping the hoodie, the Fright Club hoodie. My mic's in the way. I got the hoodie on, the black one on. 2 posters up.
We did get in the Comfort Colors t-shirt and the sweatshirt. We both would say that we would size up if you want it to be a little bit more loose.
Yeah, good fitting. Because I feel like if you wash them, they might shrink a bit.
Yeah.
And I'd hate for you guys to...
Just as a heads up.
Yeah, so go size up.
Cool. All right.
This is making a mess. Oh well. Today today's plans. We're just gonna talk. We're gonna go at it. We're gonna have fun. And I'm excited to chat with you guys. Already, oh my god, over 200 people that have nothing better to do in their day but just sit here and watch us talk.
What else would you want to do other than talk about HHN?
I mean, that's all. How many billions of people on the planet should be doing right now? Just HHN. So we'll talk about the speculation map. We'll get into that, as well as possibly what we originally were planning was the logistics and the layout. We might sprinkle a little bit of that in there. I might even hold that back for another live stream. And what I mean by another live stream is we might do a live stream next week. Potentially. Depending on how today goes. So we'll see. And then HK Grim Sniper just said, whatever, let me gift 5 people a membership right now. So Sandy Ben, Robbie Marrow, Nikki, Crystal Halloween, and Albert Rodriguez, welcome to the Fright Club.
Nice.
All thanks to HK Grim Sniper.
Thank you.
And my sounds are just going off the roof right now. Okay, cool. So make sure you guys obviously leave a like, comment down below. Helps the stream out. Check out the Fright Club. Join the Fright Club. And smile a little bit because today's a good day. So
unless you don't want to, you don't have to.
We know one person isn't. I'm not going to call his name out, Chris, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and why don't we just pull it up? Spec map version 1. That's it right there. The bottom. Nope, that's not it. That's it right there. I don't even think we're connected. Can you guys see us in the bottom here? I don't Nikon webcam utility.
What happened?
That's us. But look, I can do this. Boom. We'll just move it for a second. I'll figure it out. So there it is, right? The spec map, as you guys can see, pull up on the screen from Horror Night Nightmares. Shout out to them. We got 10 houses. We got 2 shows. We got 5 scare zones. And of course, we got the what are those people? The dark arts people. The people of dark arts. They do dark paintings and stuff because they're from the dark arts. So anyways, while I try to figure out how to get the mini Nikon, is what I call it, back up and running. That was a spec map, right? You guys got to see it. Cool. I might actually need to pull it up because what are your thoughts on the spec map? First of all, we might pull it up on your phone. We got to pull it up on their phones, just because I just haven't.
So I will say that as much as like it kind of is a little bit of a bummer that it's like just like symbols and icons, and not like words or actual IPs, because there's just not as much like, oh, it could be this. Like, yeah, we can say like, oh, that little symbol could be this IP. For the originals, it's a lot harder to, I'm trying to think of like past spec maps when we had like things for originals, when it was like pumpkin original or something.
Yeah, it was actually like the title to it.
Yeah.
What they thought, like the title of what it could be was.
There was a little bit more to kind of go off of.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a bummer, but I do get it.
I feel like it was more direct that way, which was nice when it was kind of on point. Yeah.
But also then like by midsummer, before any announcements happen, like the whole map is there. And I feel like it might have, I mean, I have no idea, but I could see it deterring HHN from, doing the big announcements and all that stuff that they used to, because they're like, well, there it is.
I feel like they're not worried about that, to be honest. But I mean,
maybe.
I see what you say. This is, I feel like you're on the right track, but you're thinking it on the other way, where I'm on the other side, that I think is the right way, where it's like with the fan base, not HHN, but the fan base, when you have like the spec map, when it's so like dead spot on what the event could actually be, it might actually kill that surprise when the announcement happens, if it's like months in advance, depending on what the schedule is for HHN and their announcements. So I feel like sometimes when they're so direct, like, although it's kind of cool to see like, oh, like they were on it like 4 months ago, it's like, okay, but that's what everybody was talking about. We were all kind of expecting it. Then it does happen. It's like, well. So doing the symbols like this, like, I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I'm just a fan along for the ride when it comes to this thing. So it's like seeing the symbols is cool because it allows us to kind of be open with whatever we feel that that symbol symbolizes. You know,
Yeah.
like you could feel one thing for one symbol, I can feel another thing for the other. When it's like a title more directed, it really is more, you know,
It's
not-
like
it's
it
not
could
as
only
broad.
be that one thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not against it. I like it because it allows conversation for people to kind of bring a couple of different ideas into play without it really honing into what one specific thing could be, and that gives
Yeah.
us the ability to just play around with the spec season a little until Horror Nights does give us that official word.
I'm just really bad at like looking at like what a little symbol and being able to like figure out what that means.
It's like a dot, and then
So like I look at the spec map when we first got it and I was like, I don't know what any of that is.
Well, that's how you and I are. We both are like, cool. Like there could be a dot on the screen, and some of y'all
Somebody somewhere will figure it
they're
out.
like, oh my god, that's from this and this, and they connect it. I'm like, how? What are you doing?
Southridge, they sent us, someone found out that the one symbol.
Oh, you're getting ahead. Look at you. No, you broke rule 1.
What?
You got 1 strike.
Oh,
We're
I'm
going to go
sorry.
in order, and you're
Okay,
jumping
I'll
around the
save it.
map.
I'll save it.
I can't believe that.
I'll save it.
Ladies and gentlemen, can
No,
you...
I was saying it's an example of like how people figure
I
that
get what you're
stuff
saying,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's crazy. Cuz
Still
we're
can't
not
believe you broke.
we're really not like that.
No, and here's the thing. H2O, it's good for you. Here's the thing. When it comes to the spec season and stuff, like, I feel like some people don't realize that. Like, Steph and I, we genuinely don't like to know what is actually happening. We like things to be a surprise because it makes us enjoy the process more, the journey more, and it makes us enjoy, like, the actual event. Because I feel like that build up, what could it be, what could it be? And then they announce it officially from Horror Nights, from the word of HHN and Universal. I feel like that's more pure for the event than, you know, the leaks and the specs and all that kind of stuff. Which, by the way, if you guys know any information about the event, any leaks, anything like that, please bury it. Please. I beg of you. I do that. I can't tell you how many years I've said this to you guys. No leaks at all. Save them. Please. It's the best thing for the fan base. Trust me. So yeah, like I love the speculation season. I'd love to know what that stuff could be because obviously it helps us with content and moving forward. But truly, from the heart of HHN fans like Steph and I, we love to just be surprised and just to be there along the journey to see y'all's reactions. I think that's the most pure way to make this event as special as it is. Anyways, whatever. Who cares? Let's move on.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into the map.
Oops.
Let's get into the map. Yeah, turn that off, Steph. You already broke one rule.
And I also have one of our Fright Club members and Shanna, who is in the Discord. She actually made the map with the
code name.
code names like on each one. So I'll
like the
read off.
location.
I'll read off what the code name is as well because I have that. pulled
Yeah,
up.
that's a good idea. And we're gonna start like we always do. We do clockwise around the park. So we're gonna start here like you would, walking through the main gates of the beautiful park of Universal, and get to the first scare zone technically, which is unknown. So what? They're having it speculated for that front, but let's just really talk about the houses. We'll get into the scare zones and all that later. House number 1 is a geographical. I'm good at geography. I'm not good at grammar, but the geo map of Central and South America, and Soundstage 23A. And Stephanie, the code name that you had for that one was
Flan,
Flan.
which is fitting for South America.
Yeah, well, for Latin America.
Yeah, I'm not good at geography.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a trip to Wella's house. We're gonna have some fun, and that's pretty much it. Like, do you have any idea what you think this could be?
Monstrous.
Monstros. That would be awesome. Can we get a Monstros house to Orlando?
That would be cool.
For our West Coast fans, if you guys are watching, I may have some bad news for y'all. I don't think we're going to talk about the HHN Hollywood map.
I don't think we'll have time.
Yeah, sorry. But I'm going to give a shout out to one of my favorite HHN content creators out on the West Coast. You guys go ahead and check out the Hotline. I think they're going live tonight. They're going to talk about their spec map. So we'll be tuning in. Check them out. They'll talk about that. However, if you're on the West Coast and you guys been to HHN Hollywood last year, We had Monstros, which was a fantastic house. That was actually our favorite house when we attended last year's event. That would be really cool if that's the case. I don't think that's the case though, unfortunately. But
I'm putting the link to join the Discord in
the chat. Oh, sweet. Okay. That link that you can see in the chat.
I saw somebody else. So.
That's for the Discord. But yeah, so Monstros, that'd be great. But what do you guys think? Because Steph and I were blank. I don't know. It's just Central, South America, a little bit of the Bahamas in there. The Caribbean. Is it a Pirates of the Caribbean house?
Isn't that Disney?
Yeah, it's that park. It's that place.
Chris said it's not South America. It's a T-Rex skull turned sideways. Jurassic Park.
Whoa. Get you with your spec. Also, my phone is falling apart. I don't know if you guys can see this little piece. See that? Andre
said that creature from the Black Lagoon was set in South America.
Ooh. Here's my question. If you guys look at the spec map, there's like this little symbol that's next to a couple.
Yeah, I think that means IP.
Right. So
that one's not an IP.
If it was creature from the Black Lagoon, which is technically through the technicality of the technical world, it's an IP, but it doesn't have the symbol. Granted, I should have said this at the very beginning. This spec map is just a speculation map made by fans. This is not real. Like it
is real. It's just not official.
I mean, yeah, it's a real thing. It's not an official source, is what I'm saying. So this is just to have fun. This is for us to speculate what could be coming to the event. What? Did I mess up?
It sounded like you said speculate.
I did. I was gonna say speculation, but speculate.
Yeah, but it sounded like you said speculate.
Anyways,
Justin said it may be cult or tribal house. Maybe cannibals. Ooh, that would be cool.
Cannibals.
Like Mayan or Aztec rituals.
That'd be cool.
I would like that. I love anything like that. So
if that's the case, I would love to see like ruins and like temples and like
what was it? Amazon cannibals from Planet Hell?
Yeah.
That was from Slaughter Cinema.
That could be really cool.
Is that Amazon?
I don't know. I didn't do Slaughter Cinema, unfortunately.
No, I'm asking, is the Amazon?
Yes.
Okay. Told you not go with geography.
Stephanie does the grammar. I do the geography. We'll leave it
I'm good with like English and arts. I'm very, what is that? Right brain or left brain?
I'm left brain.
And then Brian is the other one.
Yeah, we complete each other.
Cute.
So, but what is the chat saying? What do we have in the chat? Jungle of Doom house.
Oh yeah, I just hope it's not like Chupacabra. Chupacabra was pretty. It just. And see, Brian and I have talked about this so many times. The one thing that I love about houses that are like anthology based, so each room is like a different, or a few rooms is like a different like story or a different theme. You don't have the same costumes over and over and over, which sometimes in some of the houses, especially originals, it can get hard when the costumes are very similar or the same over and over. And I feel like that was one of the issues with Chupacabra. It was one of the issues with Blood Moon. It just, by the like fifth room, you're like, this is the same. Like, I'm not scared of that character anymore because I've seen it like 100 times.
Yes. We've talked about this before with this house. So I'll briefly just kind of touch on it. The issue with Chupacabra is exactly what Steph said. At least this is for us. This is what we think. But with Chupacabra, we think that it was a great house. I loved it. It was fun. But after the third time, that's where it started kind of being like, okay, what is the rerunability with this house, especially for somebody who goes through the event a lot. I just feel like we needed more victims in that house because
the variation
and the victims create variation because you can have different variety of costumes and looks and stuff like that. different interactions, engagements between scare actors, scare actors and guests. And that's what I was thinking we were going to see, because that's, we were being invited for that. Anyways, don't want to dive too deeply into that.
Yeah, we don't need to get into
that. But yeah, so we have, a map of Central America, South America, the Caribbean area for the first house, which is going to be right there in Soundstage 23A, which last year, in reference, was Blood Moon. So if you guys were at HHN last year, the location for that house is where Blood Moon's entrance was, where you kind of go between Minions and the Universal Studio store, right by the old Blue Man Group building, behind Rip Ride Rocket, and then it leads you on from there.
And that is, it seems like this one, there's not like a clear consensus. Like everybody's kind of like
up and around.
I don't know.
Which I love that. That's
good. And that's also normal for like an original, because it's not like an IP where you can say like it's that.
I mean, it's literally just a picture of Central America and South America. It
could be anything.
I mean, yeah, it could be anything. But I do like the idea of doing monsters, absolutely. But I would love to see like a kind of like a Mayan or Aztec type of like
tribal.
Yeah, but like temple, like ruins, and you have all these carved temples that's like overgrown with vines. You have snakes going around, like very like Indiana Jones. Yeah, like esque like that. But it's really like there's like you're on an expedition to go after. This is very typical for temples. This is kind of the blueprint for all temple type of movies and games and all that kind of stuff. But you want to go after the treasure. Everybody wants to go after the treasure. However, this treasure's cursed. The curse, it's real. He's after the Magi, all that stuff. And you go after this crystal, kind of like I know somebody said it earlier, Jungle of Doom, like Dr. Oddfellow had that skull. He went obviously into the jungle, South America. I could literally be that exploit, into house, into a larger sense, but make an original story around that. So I would love to see that, and like maybe have a room full of gold and stuff, and then it turns dark and it becomes corrupted, and that'd be hard for the visual team, but they could pull it off. It's Universal. Come on. I mean, they're pulling it off. Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it going. We're already 31 minutes in the live stream. We just talked about one house.
And now this next one, this is the Fast and Furious. Nope. I always get that mixed up. Rip Ride Rocket.
I thought you were saying like this is the Fast and Furious house.
No,
like,
I did start to say that, but I was like, nope, that's not it. This
is Fast and Furious, the house.
Yep, that's it. That's why it's a skull. This is an IP. This is where Exorcist was last year.
Yes.
Correct.
Which, to be honest, I like. So this is my favorite spot.
I don't know, Chris. I don't know.
This is my favorite spot for.
It's three words. That's why. I'm sorry. He's like, how do you mix up Fast and Furious and Rip Ride Rocket? I'm like, because they're both three words.
It's because it's Stephanie and it's 9:00 at night. It's getting past her bedtime here.
Here's your answer.
So this is one of my favorite locations for houses, because to me, when it comes to like houses, this is like, I mean, look at the location it's in, right? It's right there in the main stage. Like this is like, in my opinion, it's supposed to be the big house, right?
The big one.
And it never really is, as of recently. We had Exorcist last year, great house, phenomenal.
But it wasn't like
it wasn't the main draw.
Like we had like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
We had that last year?
No, I'm saying like those have been in that location before.
Yeah, but 29, what was the house in 29 at that location?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but Ghostbusters was kind of a
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
And then it was.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on last year. So Stranger Things last year was.
No.
I'm sorry.
So the first year we had Stranger Things, it was there. Or was
2018.
that? Yeah, and then Ghostbusters, and then Brides. So it has been kind of like the headliner house of the year.
And didn't we get Spirits of the Coven there?
But then then that year it like switched it up.
We got Spirits of the Coven for 31, and then 32 we got Exorcist, which Exorcist is still a big name. But I feel like this should always be that main draw, that main house right there, because if it's the main draw, it's the main house, that area is kind of like the hub in a way, you know, besides the New York version. And you still have the stages that have the two monitors, like the two screens, so they can play videos for Horror Night stuff, promotional things for movies coming out, all that kind of things, Peacock, all that stuff, and still keep the audience in the atmosphere of HHN. Whereas, like, if they were in another sound stage when they're backstage or anything like that in the queue lines, they never really put the, what is it called, the projectors. They never put like the projection screen up until like midway through the run. So like having that main house is nice to be like that. It's usually the longer wait. But yeah, so we have this skull that has kind of fangs hanging out, two fangs, and it's got one of the real icons. So speculation is an IP.
Yeah, I liked Chris's speculation that it's like cat teeth and it's for Fall of the House of Usher.
I would love that. I mean,
maybe.
And that's
I would
where,
love it.
you know, when we were speculating the code names, Flan was short for Flanagan. That would be really cool, but then that kills
This is Cookie, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That kills the version of what Flan being the South America one. So if this one is Cookie, what was the one thing that we had for Cookie?
I don't know. What did we say for that?
Remember, Cookie was kind of we were playing around the idea of it being like the virus, like the cookie, the cache cookies, like that stuff, like virtual thing. There was one more. I actually don't even remember our code name live stream that well, to be honest. Our brains right now are kind of mush at this time. But I see a lot of people talking about Dracula.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people talking about Dracula
Demeter.
stuff.
But that's where then you bring in, like, how does Cookie relate to... maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just like, oh, that's just what we picked.
Yeah. Maybe it's not Cookie, but Cook for short, because this house is cooking. Some bodies. Anyways, a lot of people say Dracula, Anarcade. I see an Anarcade in there by Javier.
That could go with the cache.
Yeah, I'd love to
cookies.
see Anarcade. Scarezone. I don't see how the fangs go with it. I know there was in 29 when we had Anarcade, we did have that one skull mask that lit up, but it wasn't any fangs. It was just typical teeth across.
I feel like it has to be something like vampire related.
I mean, could be anything.
But it's an IP.
Yeah, it's an IP. So we got to think intellectual property when it comes to that, which I don't know.
Somebody said Abigail or Nosferatu.
Nosferatu would be really cool. Nosferatu is coming out this year, right? When is Nosferatu coming out?
Later in the year, the fall.
It's gonna be after HHN, huh? Do you think we can get like a trailer themed house like we did last year with Exorcist? Also, hey, I want you guys to realize, like, since we haven't really talked about the spec map, both Steph and I, like, this is just like raw reaction. We're just going through it like pretty much we're just going through it like we would if we were scripting a video. What you guys are seeing is just kind of how we go through it.
Nosferatu doesn't come out till Christmas Day.
I guess I know what we're doing for Christmas Eve.
That is like, I don't know. I feel like that's almost too far past the end of HHN for it to be like a trailer house. However, I would love that because I believe that's A24, which means...
Yeah, you like A24, don't you?
Relationship
for Hereditary.
Of A24 and HHN.
Wait, Hereditary is that A24?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I've seen some people talk about Wolfman.
Oh, it's not A24? Why was I thinking that? Just because of Robert Eggers, I guess.
Anyways, we've had some people talk about Wolfman. I've also seen people talk about the Lost Boys. I would love to see Lost Boys house. I think that'd be really cool. Getting back into the 80s and stuff. I really would love to see another 80s year, another 80s decade at HHN. I feel like you could do about 6 to 7 years at HHN of different 80s themed things. So I feel like the 80s could play a big role into this at some point. Cool. I just don't know if this year's really going to be focused on the 80s. I know there's a big group of blockbuster hits that are celebrating a 40th anniversary from 1984. And that's kind of something that's been speculated as well. Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Like, we're along for the ride. We're along for the ride. All 249 that's currently watching. By the way, if you guys are just joining, what's up? Welcome in. I'm realizing just how tired I am right now. It's like hit me where my voice is kind of like, oh no, we got a long way to go. So let's just keep moving. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this going. So the next one on the map is a picture of the letter V with some weird squares and this weird jagged thing. Definitely does not represent like the Cadillac or anything, right?
I don't know cars.
I don't know cars. That's a movie. We're not talking about that. Yeah, so it's the symbol for Cadillac.
This is the only one that makes sense to me, 100%.
Car's house.
The Cadillac symbol with the
Symbol for an IP.
Yes, and the code being s'more. We said that s'more was going to be Ghostbusters, Cadillac, Ecto 1.
That's kind of where everybody's kind of pointing to right now, right?
Hmm?
I mean, here's my thing. I want to know, does anybody else have another idea? Because Javier even said Christine with the car. I think that'd be very hard.
That'd be cool
to pull off as a house, though. But I'm open to concept.
Oh, I guess Christine is a Plymouth.
Oh yeah. That's true. She is a Plymouth.
Could just be a symbol for cars in general.
Maybe. But yeah, a lot of people talking about Ghostbusters. I know the rumor out there right now. Legion of Doom even said it. Ghostbusters 1 and 2 Matchup House. I know that's kind of the rumor of what's going on, is that we're going to have Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2 celebrating a 40th and a 30th anniversary. Did Ghostbusters 2 come out 30 years ago?
40, right?
No, that was the first one. 40. Hondo's having a dream.
Oh, you're talking about that. I don't know.
In the rumor, it said 40 and 30, which I'm like, was that 10 years? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I'm on Team Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters. I know there's a big conversation with Ghostbusters going on right now with Universal, because, you know, people are talking about a new Lagoon show. People are talking about a new parade. You know, they're talking about that Ecto 1 on its way to Universal. There's all this conversation and speculation going with Ghostbusters possibly coming back to the park as a ride.
89.
89. Okay. I don't know why. It probably meant 35th anniversary, not 30th.
Maybe.
But yeah, there's a lot of conversation about Ghostbusters right now. We have the new film coming out in 10 days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 10 days. And we're going to go see that and stuff. So Ghostbusters is, you know, very much in the mix of conversations right now all over the place. The question is, we're going to see it as a house for Horror Nights. Obviously, it's speculated. Cadillac, s'mores. Put 2 and 2 together. So we're a Team Ghostbusters.
I could see it.
But I would love to see what people can think of, you know, if somebody can get out of the Ghostbusters conversation and hone down on another topic that it could potentially be.
I don't think.
I mean, I don't think so. I'm just saying I would love to see that.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. I don't think we need to spend too much time on that one. Yeah. I think this is the one that I'm more excited to talk about as I look at the rest of them, because I haven't seen them. This is the one I'm actually the most excited for.
Yeah.
On the map, which is in Soundstage 24A. This was last year's Dueling Dragons location. It's another skull, which just no fangs this time. Just another skull. That's what it is.
So this is
a story you got to tell.
This is the one. This skull was in like there's like a little symbol in the corner of the Tribute Store comic book that they sold last year in the Tribute Store. If you didn't go or didn't hear about it, the whole Tribute Store was kind of themed to like...
I have that somewhere. I want to grab it.
A comic book.
You keep telling the story.
And then they actually sold the comic books in the store. And somebody found out that, or remembered that the little skull symbol is kind of in the corner. I think it's like signifying, like, you know how it'll say like 13 plus or whatever. I think it says something about that. But it's like the same symbol. So I don't know, maybe something to do with that. There we go. Does it look the same? Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's about the comic. Maybe it's like one of the little stories. Maybe it has to do with Boris Schuster. Maybe another Case Files house. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off. How clean is that comic book, by the way?
It is pretty cool.
Like, that thing is so sweet. Like, that was one of the coolest things. The tribute store was so cool last year, and that comic book was one of the smartest things I think HHN's done, the creative team at Universal, because that's so cool. The original stuff is amazing. I have a couple of those just because of how awesome they are. But yeah, so the skull.
Yeah, it's not like exactly the same,
Yes.
but it does, like, if you look at the eyes, they look very similar.
The structure, the style of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what somebody pinpointed at, which I think is really cool. My bad. It's kind of far-fetched, but I think it's really cool. I think it has some traction for that. Here's the thing. It doesn't even have an IP reel over it. So this is like slated to be an original house potentially. We don't know what it is, but if it has something to do with the, like the icon of that comic book, right? The crypt. What was his name? Is it the Crypt Keeper? I don't think it was the Crypt Keeper, but the.
I don't know.
Anyways, that icon, right? I think it'd be really cool to kind of expand in that story in a way, and have like an anthology styled house. The curator, and thank you, by the way. And to have like the house be an anthology styled house with different things from the comic book, and elaborate on that.
Well, and Mr. Disney King mentioned that the tribute store, there were a few sections that were all black and white for like black and white comics, and the symbol on the map is half black, half white. So maybe it's having to do with that, like black and white,
possibly
throughout the house.
Yeah, possibly. And if it's even more focused on the tribute store stuff, we can have that scene from Boris Schuster, get more into Boris Schuster Case Files, Legendary Truth type of deal, which I think is I think it's a big hit with the Horror Nights community and the Horror Nights fans. We love it. Steph and I both loved when Case Files was at the event back in HHN 30. That was really cool. Boris Schuster, I feel like they just have so much potential when it comes to that. So many different things you can do that I feel like it'd be a really good idea for Universal to keep tapping into that, just because it's their story, so they can add whatever they want for it, and we'll eat it up. So yes, I think that'd be really cool. And then pudding, I know pudding is the code name for it. What does pudding have to do with it and stuff? Black and white, the skull's black and white. One thing I think of is the pudding swirl, where it's got the chocolate vanilla. Your top pudding flavors in the world is chocolate and vanilla, and then you put them together, you get a mashup of the house, swirl, black and white, and that's what we can get. I don't know. That. Cool. There we go. We did it. We deciphered it. We did it.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that little section of the park that has like the Boris Schuster's window and everything.
Yes, in New York.
See if anything changes.
Which we should take a trip soon. We rarely go to the park, but we should take a trip soon. Check it out ourselves. We'll let y'all know. So yeah, what do you guys think? What else? Trying to fix this. Okay. I can't believe I forgot about this. Javier said the Cthulhu, right? Cthulhu? Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
The Cthulhu? Cthulhu? That's how you say it, right?
I have no idea.
Anyways, I'm saying
I
it
always
right.
say that wrong.
I'm saying it right. Everybody agree. I'm just saying it right, okay? The Cthulhu idol and stuff. We talked about 2 or 3 years ago of a colossal house, right? Cthulhu, Godzilla, that kind of stuff. And shout out to Godzilla -1 for winning an Oscar, by the way. Huge win for the little guys. That was awesome. Anyways, we were talking about a colossal house. How could they do something of that scale? And last year when we saw that they were putting the little Cthulhu idol in the Boris Schuster window, and then you went to the tribute store and you saw that piece, and I was in love. It was like one of those love at first sights thing. Last time I had that was with you. And so it's like that right there. I was like, yes, let's get into that. I know it'd be really hard, but I feel like they could do it. they can pull it off, and I think that'd be really neat to get into that kind of those legends and things like that. And what if they made it black and white? It was that whole scene that we had in the tribute store where it's like running through New York in the sewers, coming back out in the alleyways. You have this Cthulhu monster crawling over the buildings, the alleyways. You can see the tentacles coming down. You see the red eyes and stuff. And then, of course, you have all the other creatures from like Case Files that you're kind of dealing with the legendary truth. Maybe get a backstory on Boris Schuster's brother. Boris Schuster had a brother, for those that didn't know. And just kind of see like that whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because we have theories on all that. But I'm not telling anybody.
Bring that up again.
I'm not telling anybody. So yeah, so that I like that idea. But let's move on.
Yeah.
So next. I don't know. I need to pull it up.
The next one is the
cool.
lollipop.
The lollipop.
And this is in the spot that Yeti was in last year.
Campground kills. Yeti campground kills. Whatever. I don't know. Soundstage 24B. Lollipop.
And the code name, I keep forgetting what that's called. The code name is Fudge.
Fudge.
Which everybody was saying.
Nobody's saying Major Sweets though, huh?
No, I guess not. It's definitely not that.
Doesn't anybody think it's gonna be Major? Nobody says it. Nobody's saying it.
I have seen a few people say Scary Tales though, and I really hope that it's that.
Okay, so this is the top one. Major Sweets. Everybody's talking about that, right? So you have Major Sweets. I've seen Trick or Treat a couple times. Trick or Treat's up there, and I've seen Scary Tales. Those are the three currently that I've seen the most in regards to this. But I haven't heard really anybody talking about the Willy Wonka experience that they had out in the UK or whatever.
With what was that called?
The Unknown.
The Unknown coming out of the.
Like that is what this house is going to be, and it has to be that. We're going to ship you all out to the UK to experience that. Is it in the UK? I think it was in the UK, right?
Yeah. I didn't know.
It's The Unknown.
I don't remember.
The Unknown coming to HHN 2024.
It was in Scotland.
Yeah, that's Scotland. Sorry. Scotland.
It was so funny.
That would fall under Scary Tales. Well, that will be a Scary Tale. But no, anyways, get into the
Scary Tales Wonka.
Scary Tales.
That could be pretty scary.
But that's pretty much like Major Sweets.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I laid 3 on the table. Trick or Treat, Scary Tales, Major Sweets. What are you feeling out of those 3 that you want to happen, and why?
Well, I'll say first that I think most likely is Major Sweets or Sweets Revenge, whatever you want to say. But what I want it to be is another Scary Tales, just because I loved Scary Tales. The last one that they did, that was the only one I got to see. I think there was, I can't remember if there was a house before that or if it was just a scare zone. But
for Scary Tales, I think there was a house before that, and then I think it was a scare zone as well.
But
wait.
Regardless,
I'm trying to go through my HHN history right now. Scary Tales has happened at the event a couple of times.
Yeah, the last one that they had, I absolutely loved. So I would love to see it again. Again, I love anything that's like anthology related, and that would obviously, well, I guess it doesn't have to be anthology, but I would love it. Yeah. So that's what I am hoping for, but I could definitely see it being Major Sweets because people liked that scare zone.
Also, it's Maui time. It's been a Fright Club veteran for 16 months. 16 months in the Fright Club. How would we feel if one of the houses was a 3D house? The last one we had was Lunatic's Playground at 26.
Brian and I never got to experience one of those. How do people feel about that? People who have done those, how do you feel about them?
I'm like, I don't know. If they could do it right, cool. I'm all for it, but I see like the logistic like problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool, but I think we could do without a 3D house. In my opinion, I feel like there are other things that are stronger to go after than a 3D house.
I just want to know if there were a lot of people like tripping. Like I feel like that would like really throw me off.
Physically tripping, or like, oh, no.
physically tripping.
I mean, that's the same thing, kind of, but
I feel
more
like I
mentally.
would definitely run into a wall.
You would run right into a wall.
Yeah, I'd have to like.
I mean, just
I
right
don't
through the
know.
wall.
Actually, no. Didn't we do it? Didn't not for HHN, but that
We did do a 3D house before.
Yeah, and it was like the little paper 3D glasses. It's fine. I think it's fine for certain types. If it's going to be like a Alice in Wonderland type of deal, or like a clown thing, I think it can work.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I'm
Like,
not the
I'm interested to see, like, if they want to go the route of a 3D house, where's the technology in the next 3 years? Maybe we can talk about it. Right now, I don't think we're there yet. My opinion. But anyways, yeah, so you said Scary Tales.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
That's what you're wanting, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, that's what I'm hoping for too. I did love the Sweet's Revenge Scare Zone back at HHN 31. The aesthetics was amazing. I loved it. As a house, no. And here's the reason why. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. So any second I might stop for a sneeze. It's right there. But okay.
I feel like they'd have to do. Go ahead. I feel like they would have to definitely make it different from what the Scare Zone was to make it scary.
Absolutely. So like I was going to say, that's exactly kind of the point I was going with, was if they do exactly what the Scare Zone is, maybe a backstory or, skip ahead in the future. If it's just like the kids kind of running around, like that's going to be one of those houses we do 1 or 2 times. And then we're kind of like, all right. I feel like if they did a Major Sweets thing, they would really need to twist it to where, let's say it's a couple months after the event of Major Sweets kind of taking over, or maybe before it's, if you do like a prequel to the Major Sweets Scare Zone, maybe he has his little chocolate factory, whatever you want to call it, his candy shop. And this may be very dark for you guys, but we're a Horror Nights channel, so just take it in. Duck's kids, yes, I know that's very dark. But he abducts these kids and he does these experiments with the candy on, or it doesn't even have to abduct them. They sell the candy and stuff. He runs these experiments on these kids, and they turn into these like creatures and stuff. And it's like candied creatures, you know what I'm saying? Very colorful and all that. And he's trying to perfect this formula where they don't turn into these monsters, but they stay their human selves so that they can more easily do the job that he has in mind. Maybe they're easier to control for him. I don't know. Or that could be like the sequel to this, where then they do turn into something like that. Because I feel like them just being like kids and stuff in the house, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's like a Chucky scene for me where I'm like, cool. I'll just kick the doll.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I wouldn't kick a kid, but
No, I mean, kick it. I mean, no, unless. So let's.
Someone did also say Tricks and Foons.
Tricks and Foons would be fun. Again, I don't see how that could be really like a house. That to me would be one of
Yeah.
those 3D houses. Just, I mean, Tricks and Foons is kind of like Killer Clowns in a way.
Yeah.
But like, if you did it as house, I don't think it's going to receive the love like Killer Clowns did.
Maybe.
Just the vibe of Killer Clowns was a little different.
People really like Tricks and Foons.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I know. And yeah, there's a fan base out there. Also, let's talk HHN. Member with the Fright Club veterans for 7 months, saying, who you going to call? Ghost and a cancel mark. Ghostbusters. I feel like that's the vibe. Everyone's shooting for Ghostbusters. And then Tyler loves theme parks. Fright Club beginner for 2 months, saying, love the merch. Definitely going to be repping next HHN. Appreciate that. I'm excited. Like, I genuinely love this hoodie that we have, the Fright Club. And we have more merch that we're going to be bringing along the way, as well as soon we're going to be dropping the next poster onto the shop. So we haven't discussed this yet.
No.
And we're not going to discuss it publicly. So the next poster will be dropping soon. So just keep an eye on that. So more stuff coming to the shop soon.
Oh, Candyman would be cool.
Oh, Candyman would be fun.
I know someone said it's not Candyman, but
this one's funny. I got to bring this up right now. Southridge Films, member, by the way, for 9 months in the Veterans Club for the Fright team, said Leota versus Hondo, fluffy monsters, all-out attack.
who would go through a Leota versus Hondo house? Which Leota is their dog.
Yeah, that's their dog.
Her and Hondo are like BFFs.
And that's it. Nothing more. Just best friend. That's it. Nothing more.
But who would go through that house?
When we do a HHN pup day at the park and bring all the other pups, they get to go through that house and experience it. That's what it'll be for. But let's get back on track.
Yep.
We got the lollipop designed one. Everyone's thinking Major Sweets, possibly. I just really hope that if they're going to go that route, really try to make it scary. I want that one to be scary. Then let's move over to the next location, which is at Fast and Furious. It's an unknown IP, which is funny that they didn't add the little real symbol next to it. It just said unknown IP. This was going to be one of our big topics when it comes to the logistics and layout. By the way, huge thank you to all of you guys who watched that video and supported it. That video took off more than we anticipated it for it to, and that's what the topic of today was going to be about. Just the logistics and layout. I think we're going to save that for another live stream. I might do it for next week's. We might do a live stream next week, potentially. Still not sure, but maybe we do it next week. Anyways, that's not the point.
Also, the code name for this is Pie.
Yes, Pie. And we were going to talk about the layout and the logistics of it, and we're going to save that. But just like Steph said, Pie. Everybody. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
that's what everyone was thinking at first, right?
He just fell off the couch.
Go lay down, buddy. Go lay down on the couch.
He fell off on accident.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah. Go lay down.
He was rolling around.
He was just like stretching, and Hondo just rolled right
That's
off the
funny.
couch. You okay? Look at me. He looks so drowsy.
I've seen so many people say like, "Oh, Five Nights is not coming." I don't know where this came from, but everybody's like,
I think Legacy said it or something. It was like a rumor.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So,
but
anyways, like I was saying, right? Everybody at first was saying Five Nights, Five Nights, Five Nights. Now, of course, after certain rumors and things like that, people are now saying it's not coming to the event. Well, then what else could Pie be? Right?
I mean,
since this is supposed to be IP related, I would love to see Thanksgiving come to the event. I would love to see that film that we got last year, Thanksgiving. I would love to see that come to the event. Right, Stephanie?
yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't want to smell it, but
I don't think it'd smell like that. I don't think it's like Hollywood's version of that
unless
kind of
Hollywood
stuff.
gets it too. I'll need nose plugs.
We'll skip that one. But here on the East Coast, I honestly feel like the Fast and Furious location will work perfectly for that type of house for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
because you can make it. Yeah, you can make a close quartered type of scenarios. We don't need any of these big scenes and stuff. So I feel like that could work out.
I think that would be a cool house. It'd be creepy too. That house was pretty. I mean, especially like spoilers, I guess, for the movie. But when you got to the end and you're in like the house, like the John Carver's house, it's like pretty creepy. So I feel like those scenes would be really cool. Obviously, you could have scenes from like the high school and stuff. But the scenes inside like his house would be pretty creepy.
And somebody just commented too, saying the Thanksgiving food booth would be the moment for them. Like, yeah,
I don't
imagine
like Thanksgiving food.
An entire food booth just all Thanksgiving themed and stuff. And
I'd
it's
be
like,
skipping that.
Yeah, but it's not like Thanksgiving food.
It would
It's
be
themed food.
You know it would be. People love Thanksgiving food.
I mean, I do,
it's not my.
But they're not gonna be like, oh, pumpkin pie.
Not my cup of tea.
They're gonna make it like horror related in a way, maybe.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Something like that.
Ooh, this is way off topic, but I have to bring it up, and I know you'll be okay with it. It's Maui Time said, give me a Dune 2 house set on the Harkonnen world where everything's black and white.
Yes. Let's not get too off topic here because Steph and I are we're Dune goons right now.
We're Dune pilled.
Yeah, we're Dune goons, and tomorrow we're gonna go see Dune for the 3rd time. I actually
Rude
forgot.
Duners.
I had tickets today to go see Dune. Today, we just didn't have the time. I forgot about that. So tomorrow we're gonna go see it for the 3rd time. We're Dune goons. Dune goons, baby.
Rude Duners.
Yeah, somebody's rude Dooner. I like the Dune goons.
Okay.
Because then we can make a channel based on it. I'm copywriting that name, Dune goons.
But yeah, I think Thanksgiving would be cool. Honestly, I'd prefer that over 5 nights. I still think 5 nights is gonna happen. I don't know. That's just me.
But as a house or as another experience? I could see it as an experience in a way.
I could see it as an experience too, but I could also see it as a house. I can't find the comment, but I saw somebody said all of the actors would have to be like active, which, I mean, that's what Killer Clowns was. So it's not like they haven't done that before.
Yeah. I'm seeing also a lot of people talk about this too. The Strangers, which I've never seen The Strangers. I've heard a lot of people like them.
The first movie is amazing. Love the
Really?
first movie. I don't have very high hopes for this new one. So, I don't know. If it's based on the first movie, cool.
Okay. I mean, maybe, right? If that was a more popular one, I see.
Yeah.
Because, the new one's coming out this year. A lot of people talking about The Strangers. The Strangers has been featured at HHN before as well. I don't really know anything about the property to really get into it, but it's an unknown IP that is speculated for Fast and Furious. We've only had Fast and Furious at the event for 2 years. HHN 31 and HHN 32. And it was Blumhouse, and then it was which in Blumhouse it was Freaky, and it was the Black Phone, and then last year we had Chucky Ultimate Kill Count. So this has been a spot for an IP past 2 years, and it seems like right now currently what's speculated is another IP to be in this spot. That's currently what's the talks. So
and if it's not 5 nights, what is the Blumhouse property going to be?
Yeah, that's a good question, because here's the thing too. We're gonna have Blumhouse at the event. We're gonna have it, right? And genuinely, like, looking at this map, I don't see anything that screams Blumhouse.
No.
When we're talking about houses, I could see Blumhouse as a scare zone. I really think it would Blumhouse as
Could
a
be
scare
that
zone.
unknown one though.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was getting to. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
that's okay. I love you.
Oh, you do.
You have one side of the brain, I have the other. You complete my sentencing.
Yeah. You're sentencing. I sentence you to.
You completed my sentencing. Thank you. As in, I'm trapped to you forever now.
Okay.
My sentence is life with you.
Oh, I'm finishing out your sentence.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, anyways, like I was saying, I think Blumhouse would be really cool as a scare zone rather than a house, because it would be really cool if they just did a scare zone. It was literally called The Horrors of Blumhouse, and they had Megan, they had Five Nights at Freddy's. Sure, they want to do that. You can even put Chauncey in there from Imaginary.
We have a super chat
recently,
which relates to that.
Should I just read it now? I'll read it now. Southridge Realms with a $4.99 said they should do an Imaginary House comple with
complete
with the lady yelling at me for blocking the screen. Maybe that was horror to you, but that was comedy to us.
That's great.
That was great.
We did see Imaginary.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think we talked
last
about
week.
it.
Yeah, we watched Imaginary last week. 3 out of 10. All right, so Fast and Furious, unknown IP. I haven't seen anything really kind of stick out to me that was Blumhouse related. So I think if we do get Blumhouse at the event, which I'd be surprised if we didn't, that's probably the location that I'm seeing, if that was the case.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Cool. Moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. Everybody, what do we think? Everyone's saying
All right,
Blumhouse.
here's this is the big one that everybody's talking about.
The Hondo?
Yep.
No, lay down, stay there.
And this is Sprung 3. It is an IP, and it's a mute symbol.
It's a mute.
So we got A Quiet Place, Silent Hill, I heard somebody say Hush.
Yeah, the library. You guys remember the library?
Just like at your school?
Yes, Hush. Library. Yeah.
Oh, Silence of the Lambs.
I don't think we're gonna get Silence of the Lambs.
I doubt it, but
That'd be
that's
cool.
what I would prefer out of all of those
Yeah.
options.
But see, like,
I think Hush is fine, but it would be like the movie is good, but there's only 2 characters. So like, again, you get the like repetition of the same character over and over and over throughout the whole house. You know what I mean?
yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Never played Silent Hill. I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
I've never watched Silence of the Lambs. I've never heard of Hush, and I've never seen A Quiet Place.
Hush is like an older Flanagan movie, and Kate, his wife, I think, she's the main character in it.
Okay.
She plays I think she's deaf, and she's like lives in this remote. I think I'm thinking of the right movie, like a remote house cabin thing, and this guy tries to break in and kill her. But because she's deaf, it has like a cool gimmick to it.
Cool. Okay, so what do you think it is? Do you have any thought on it?
I don't know. When everybody was saying A Quiet Place, I was like, eh.
Yeah, but what about the new one, Quiet Place Day One? I feel like that could fit for a house, but I would be surprised to have that one in a sprung tent.
Oh, and the code for this one is we don't have that yet.
Yeah, this is one that doesn't have a code yet. This is an unknown code. A no code.
No code. If it was the new Quiet Place, I think it maybe. The original Quiet Place movie, it really plays on like the suspense of it being quiet and them not being able to make noise. It doesn't really like, you don't get the scariness doesn't come from like monsters. I mean, there is a monster, but it doesn't show up till kind of the end, and there's only one. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess they could put that throughout the house, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like when it comes to the tents and stuff, it has to be aggressive from start to finish. I don't think you can play with that build up of something like that. I feel like it needs to be what works for the tents is just go from start to finish. They're smaller compared to the sound stages and the parade buildings, so I feel like these houses are always nice when they're aggressive, energetic. These are the houses for the energetic cast. That's just go from start to finish. I mean, Oddfellows, Darkest Deal, last year's houses, both energetic from start to finish. And then you even go, years before and stuff. You got, Puppet Theater, that was their energetic. Wicked Growth, energetic. Nightingales back in 29, energetic. You can list all these different houses that had so much energy. So I don't know anything of A Quiet Place, but if that was the case that everyone's talking about, I don't really see that being the one. But if they pick A Quiet Place Day One and they play off of what that trailer was and really just kind of go off of those creatures, and it's just loud and it's crazy and it has nothing to do with being quiet because it's just constant go, I could see that. The problem is the settings from what I've seen in the trailer with this. I don't know anything of the movie. I'm just going based on the trailer. It's large scenes. It's in New York.
Outdoors.
How do you play that into a tent? Because it's not all like at night. From the trailers, everything is kind of in the daylight so far. So I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what this could be as far as an IP, to be honest. I also want to say Mick Bain did put a chat in there saying, member for 6 months, by the way, Mick Bain, Fright Club legend, late to the party as usual. Well, welcome to the late night party.
Better late than never.
And also, just a reminder, if you guys are just joining us, we're talking about the version 1 speculation map that was released today by HN Nightmares. That was released today, so we're kind of going over it today. Change of plans. We were going to do logistics and layouts as the main topic. We're changing that, going to spec map instead for that conversation. We'll save the logistics and layout for another live stream. We're thinking about possibly doing next week, Tuesday. Don't Don't quote me on that yet. I haven't confirmed it yet with the one next to me. But we'll probably talk about that and see if we want to do something like that to discuss logistics and layouts. So we're just going over the speculation map. If you guys have not heard, yes, the spec map is currently out. Also, we have the Fright Club shop. Remember, Fright Club shop is available. The description's down in the link if you guys want to check it out. www.thefright. No, I did it wrong.
It's just Fright Club
Fright
shop.
Club shop.
No the.
www.frightclubshop.com. Check it out there to see some of our merch. Just like the hoodie I'm wearing says the Fright Club. We got our posters out there to check out, and new ones are along the way.
Some fun hats,
and
mugs.
The fact that there's literally 263 people watching is blowing my mind. Like, you guys have nothing better to do.
We don't either. It's okay.
I mean, yeah, we're sitting here. This is the only thing we're doing. But hey, thank you for all the love and support. Seriously, the channel has been rocking this year. It's fantastic. So we appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. You guys are the true stars. We just love to be here and talking HHN. And wait, I'm saving the sappy part for later in tonight's live stream. If you guys want to hang out when we get to the end of the live stream, I want to talk with you guys, get some emotions out off my chest, and then then I'm gonna go to bed.
As always.
Yeah, typical.
I will say, if we're going back to the map, because we do have a few more left.
That's it. That's the end of our stream.
Remember that, like, just because there's a symbol that looks like it's like mute or like quiet, that doesn't necessarily mean that the house is going to be like a quiet house or like silent. I just like...
Wait, what do you know that we don't?
Nothing. I'm just saying, like, it could have to do like people were saying it could be. I saw a few other speculations I thought were cool, like Silent Hill. We already talked about that one. Terrifier, because Art doesn't talk, which we've already talked about that. And then Alien, which I believe Disney owns Alien, but
I would love Alien.
That would be really cool too. So there are a lot of, like, you know, different IPs that could have to do with like not speaking or no sound. That doesn't necessarily mean the house has to be like quiet, which I could see there being a lot of issues with that, because we know that even if the house is quiet.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in. Has anybody here been to Halloween Horror Nights?
No, nobody.
I'm just asking just to see. We literally have a tips and tricks videos for beginners and stuff that have to deal with possibly bringing earplugs to the event. There's no way this house is gonna be quiet. No way. Previous houses have sections that are like quiet, but not the whole house.
Well, and what I was gonna say was, even if the house is quiet, this doesn't mean the guests are gonna be quiet, and I can see that just being a huge issue. So
so I don't think the house will be fully quiet.
Yeah, I doubt that.
But also, I want to point this out too. When the live stream, when we were doing the countdown earlier in the live stream, I've noticed we have a couple of first timers to HHN in the chat right now. I don't know about right now, but earlier we have a couple of people saying that this is their first spec season ever. So hey, welcome aboard to this crazy ride that we call the spec season. It's a lot of fun. And I want to say to all of our Fright Club members out there and people who have been part of this community for years and years, welcome in. Hey, get those people in and show them around the ropes and stuff. Be nice to each other. Have fun. This is a time to have fun. Nobody knows what's happening. We don't know what's happening. We're just here to just enjoy the ride, go along with it, speculate what it could be, the possibility of this, what we'd like to see. It's just for fun. That's what this season's for. So all of you guys who are celebrating your first spec season, welcome aboard. We're happy to have you guys on board, because by the end of the spec season, you guys are gonna become legends of all of it, and then next year will be like cake. So
yeah.
By the way, I just spoiled an HHN teaser right there with next year having cake involved with the event.
Isn't that this year? Because this year is all the food.
No.
Dessert related.
Nope. Not this year. Sorry. Everyone thinks it's food related. So anyways, who right now, I want to know, who has anybody commented in the chat? What are you doing?
What do you think you're doing?
No, sir, we're only an hour and 18 minutes. You are 12 minutes early, sir.
I know, bud.
What are you doing, huh?
Listen,
what do
I
you
want to
think
talk
you're
about
doing?
HHN.
Huh? HHN, tell us what you know about HHN. Is this your first year speculating HHN? You're just so cute. You're just so cute, aren't you? Come here. You can come hang out with us. Look at you.
All right.
Look at this guy.
With that said, we do
Look at this guy.
still have 3 more houses to
you
talk
know what?
about.
Forget about the houses. Look at this guy. Look at this man over here stealing the show. Are you stealing the show? You want to tell everybody something? Here, you want to talk to them? Yeah. Oh, he said,
Good
you
job, buddy.
ruined my time. I cannot go to bed,
Do you want
right?
to sit right here with us?
Yeah, you want to sit right here?
Sit.
Go ahead, sit down. Go ahead. Sit down. No? What do you mean no? Huh?
Lay down.
Go ahead, lay down.
Lay down. Right here.
You can do it. Lay down. I
down.
believe in you.
Lay down.
I believe in you.
Lay down.
Don't. No, hold on. He's going to like crush himself
Knock
into the chair.
over.
All right, go lay on the couch, buddy. Go
Lay
lay on the
down.
couch. We're going to wrap it up soon.
Lay down. Sit. Sit. There you go.
Good boy. Stay right there, though. Just
Lay down. Good boy.
good boy. Just hang tight. We'll finish it. All right.
Okay. All right.
Go, buddy.
So moving
So cute.
around the
No.
park like we were, the next house is another unknown. This is an unknown original, and the code for it is Cobbler. And this is no,
It's okay. You're
this
getting
is
there.
not
Steph.
a tent. This is
Wait, I'm sorry.
Wait,
Hold
is
up.
it?
Let me
no, it is a tent.
remember Steph in the geography.
I'm
Okay,
not good
unknown
with maps.
original is still the original sprung tents.
Yes.
The next two, which were the parade buildings, are now going to be the new sprung. Excuse me. So yeah, so this is unknown original, which is exactly as it states. Unknown original. They have no idea what it is. We don't know what it is, except for the code name being Cobbler. And if you guys know, my favorite theory with Cobbler is the cob part of it for a spider web, like a cobweb, and being a spider themed house. This location, we had bugs eaten alive back in 31, and kind of playing along with the bugs and the spiders and all that stuff, even though Steph and I personally don't like them. I would love to see like a spider house, to be honest. I really love that theory we came up with the last live stream with the cobweb and that whole kind of spider theme that I gave you guys in that live stream. I'm not going to do it again this time. But yeah, I think that'd be really cool. You know, cobweb, spider webs. And then we also talked about cobbler being, you know, Thanksgiving, which that doesn't seem to be the mix right now in the conversation. And somebody even mentioned cobblestone, you know, playing with the word cob, cobbler, cobblestone kind of thing. I'm down for that. Don't really know where we would go with cobblestone, but I like the spider cobweb kind of deal. So and even, you know, some people, hey, corn on the cob. No. Period.
Or scarecrow.
No corn.
No corn.
We know what happens with corn.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Even talking about corn right now is us wishing bad things for HHN, so we'll keep that out of the conversation for now. No hurricanes, please. We're done. So yeah, I mean, that's really pretty much what Steph and I have to say about this location, Cobbler. You know, I was going with the spider theme for cobweb. I think that'd be really cool. And this is in that sprung tent location. This is where last year's house of the year, in my opinion, this was the fan voted house of the year, Darkest Deal. Darkest Deal was in this location last year. That was the at the end of HHN. If you guys don't know, at the very end of HHN, we still do live streams and things like that, and videos very rarely. But we did a live stream in that live stream post HHN 32. We did our fan voted house of the year. Darkest Deal won. This was location 4. So could we potentially have another strong house at this location again?
I hope so.
Because
Has been a strong house.
Darkest Deal, right? Descendants of Destruction, Puppet Theater, Nightingales, and I'll stop there because that's where my knowledge goes. I think it was Slaughter Cinema last time. Slaughter Cinema or whatever.
No, Slaughter Cinema was in the Wicked Growth.
Okay, so what was next to Slaughter Cinema out there? It's I see it. I know it. I hear it. I see it.
I can't remember.
Look at me. 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 Look at my soul. So that there was a part. Patient Zero.
Yes.
Yes. Boom. Oh my Lord. You guys didn't want to help me on that? Nobody wanted
Everybody
to
was
help
trying
me?
to help you.
Jeez. God. Chat, where were you?
That was a good house.
Yeah, I mean, so you look at the past 5 years of houses in that tent. Solid,
strong
solid,
house, yeah.
solid, solid, solid. I mean, come on. So this next house has, it's got a high bar to set.
Yeah. Nightingales was me.
Nightingales was cool. I like Nightingales. The line was cool.
You like that stuff.
I love Horror Nights. I mean, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I love Horror Nights.
I don't think we did.
Okay, I'll tell it, y'all. Hey, secret. I love Horror Nights.
But anyway, so that one is unknown
Yeah.
as of right now.
Currently. Moving on.
Moving on. The one next to that. So this is where. Wait.
This is where The Last of Us was. It was the parade building. This was B108. But let's not talk logistics or layouts. We're going to save that. So let's just say
Right.
this is the next house.
The next one. And this is like a minotaur with like arrows through it.
Yes, this is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Dark Forest, the Centaurs,
It's a minotaur.
the Minotaurs. Meet the Centaurs.
It's
and-
a
Yeah.
bull instead of a horse.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
And the code is baklava.
So, a lot of people talked about Greek mythology with this house.
This is original too.
A lot of people talking about Poseidon's Fury. I don't want a Poseidon's Fury house. As much as I would think that'd be really cool, I don't think the event needs it. Just my opinion. We got Dueling Dragons last year. Cool. Let's not do another nostalgic trip this year. We can do it 5 years down the road, maybe. 3 years even. Let's try to do something just original, and let's play around with that, in my opinion. Also, I realized I missed a super chat earlier. I want to pull this up.
Sorry.
Javier with the 5. Same for the Hondo fund.
Aw,
Hondo says
thank you.
exactly that. That's what Hondo said. Yeah, thank you, Javier. Appreciate that. And we also got a chat from Fun Guy Gamer. Member for 18 months in the Fright Club. 18!
That's crazy.
Oh my God, we're almost at 2 years. Pouring one out for lack of Japanese creatures on speculation this year.
Yeah.
Fun Guy, I understand, man.
You've
I
been pulling for that for
I get it.
2 years now.
I get it. I think longer than 2 years, to be honest. But yeah, we'll eventually get there. We'll eventually get there. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Godzilla house. That's what I think.
I would
But
I
back
would
to the
honestly
map.
love a Greek mythology house, and again, it being like an anthology where
Yes.
each room is kind of like a different like god or story from Greek mythology.
Yeah, Greek mythology, like
That'd be cool.
the tragedies of it. Medusa.
And maybe like scary tales where it's like a little twisted.
Yeah, but I mean, just Greek mythology in general. There's so many twisted things.
Yeah, but you could make it even
The
scarier.
Minotaur, the Cyclops and stuff like
Hades.
Hades, the underworld. What was the dog's name? It just in general, like Greek mythology. There's a lot of dark stories with that.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much that you could play with design-wise and visuals. You can go from things like, and I look at it from the perspective of like elements, like earthly elements, water. Play with something with blues and water. You got, Poseidon. You go with yellow. You can really play with yellow and Zeus and lightning and storms, which comes from like the water and that transcends. And you can go to red, which is like fire, Hades, the underworld, that kind of vibe and stuff. And go to greens and you can have Medusa and the snakes, and then to the browns like the Cyclops and the Minotaurs. So you can have like the earth and different elements like that based on color. So each room has that different vibe to it with the different like mythology characters and stuff.
Mhm.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
My allergies are really coming back now, like fast. So yeah.
Nice. It's a Saltburn house.
No.
Saltburn has to do a lot with Greek mythology.
No. I'm not even gonna entertain that. Yeah, pollen is horrific here in Florida.
It's
Yeah,
really bad.
I realized at one of my work locations, we have a tree right outside of where I work. And I did not know this until recently, but it's like the mother of pollen. It just has been spitting pollen all over the place. And I did not know until this past week. And I'm like, that makes sense why I've been sick for like 2 months. Is this one
tree? It really
tree?
has been like 2 months.
Yeah. And so now every time I go see this tree, I do nothing
You
but
go to see the tree.
when I go to work, I look at this tree and I stare at it for 20 minutes and I wish nothing but for it to just poof, disappear. Oh, Disney's like,
You go in the middle of the
no,
night
like,
and cut down the
it's just
tree.
like, there's just like, tree's gone. What
I
happened?
know, buddy.
I don't know. There's just like, the tree's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, my sniffling's coming from this one tree, and I'm gonna find it. The Brian's Merlin. Yeah, it's like the Merlin tree. So, all right, let's just move on. Let's move on to the next house. Let's keep it going.
What that means.
Next house.
Oh, sorry.
Did you just say you don't know what that means?
I don't know what that means.
The next house.
No, Merlin.
Merlin from Dueling Dragons, the house Dragons. Remember, he was turned into the tree. Remember, we walked through the tree.
Oh, yeah.
And you call yourself my fiance.
Next house is the.
Hold up, guys, hold up.
I just didn't get it for a second.
1 second. We need to talk. We got that sorted out. Okay, cool. Moving on, baby.
Anyway, the next house is another tent. It is an IP, and it is a moon with some stars.
And that's all it'll be.
And there is no code name.
So a lot of people think this is going to be a house. You're wrong if you think this is a house.
What is it?
I'm going to give you guys breaking news right now. This is stop with your Nightmare on Elm Street. Stop your Dreamwalkers. Stop with your drama. She's grounded. She is. No, it's none of that. This right now is just an open lot backstage where they're going to have all of us go lay down and just look at the stars in the sky.
Yeah, stargazing.
That's it. We're just going to stargaze. That is what this house is. It's not a house. It's just an empty lot. Just lay out there and look in the sky and use your imagination for what you think it could be.
Sounds nice.
It's peaceful.
Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what everybody's thinking.
Mark Shanks under Vecna.
Mark, every time.
Hey, under Vecna. He's keeping that alive. I forgot that was a thing. Y'all remember the first
You forgot
BFO meetup
every
with
time.
Under Vecna?
Every time Mark pops up on our chat, I think of that.
Under Vecna. Please do not bring Under Vecna back.
Good.
Oh, God. All right. Yeah, so Nightmare on Elm Street. We had this in our speculated video. This was the least one, I think, on our speculated ones. Dude, I'm going to let you know, every time you lay down and you get back up, it doesn't really like make us want to stop. We got to finish. I'm sorry. He just walked away. He's mad. Yeah, so Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, that's kind of the talks. I know there's big rumors going on about it. And we had it in our spec map or our speculation video. I'm not against this. I'm not. When we said this is one that we're not against at all. It's just one we thought had the least chance to go.
Yeah, that's what we meant by like lower on our list is like we didn't. It was like had the least amount of like
possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The least amount of.
We get some comments sometimes, and all I gotta like the only comment I can think of is responding. People's like, just watch the video again. Just watch it.
No, Yeah.
Yes. So yeah.
My brain just turned off. Forgot what I was gonna say.
Guys, Stephanie's been working a lot lately, so cut her some slack. She's
This
tired.
is my bedtime.
Yeah, and I mean, we're an hour and 30 minutes. We said, we do an hour and 30-minute live stream. We're not going to go too long tonight. And the fact that we have 200 plus people watching right now, like, blows my mind. We literally set a BFO record today. We had 280 some people watching us at one moment,
Yeah.
which is huge. Give yourself, hey, come on, in the chat right now, y'all. I need to see. Just type HHN in the chat, spam it. Let's make. Can we get it trending? Can we get hashtag HHN trending worldwide right now? Us and our 10 fans. Can we get that trending?
Good luck with that. But yeah, I think if it's Nightmare,
I will bicycle the
he
entire.
He does this.
I will bicycle the entire continental United States with an HHN flag. If we can get it sponsored and going, I will bicycle this entire country with the flag HHN on my back. Rain, snow, sun, moon, whatever element you want to throw my way, I'll do it. If we can get it funded, I'll do it for HHN.
You know, you do these little spiels right after you say, we're only going to do an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to make it quick.
Yep. And then it's 2.5 hours later, baby. I'll go get you Starbucks in the morning, though, and it'll all be forgiven.
All right, back to the topic at hand.
Me bicycling
Nightmare
around the
on
United
Elm
States.
Street. How do you feel about that?
I can say I love HHN, and I could bicycle this entire continent. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. I actually would love that. I really would. I've never experienced Freddy Krueger. Period. I've never seen a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I've seen clips. I've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
This is going to have to change.
And it will. It will. You know, we have been watching horror movies this year a lot. We've been watching the 80s horror movies, some older ones. However, though, we stopped a month ago because I want to save watching those movies till closer to the event so that maybe we could watch heartburn. So that maybe we could watch them with you guys later on, closer to the season, and kind of talk about it more and see if it all comes true.
The microphone makes it impossible for me to type.
I don't think the people can hear this, but all I hear is.
Anyway, I could just say it because now I've caused this whole issue. But Melanie was asking, what does the symbol have to do with like Nightmare on Elm Street? Like, what is the relation there? And I think it's just because it's like
Nighttime. Your dreams in the night, that kind of stuff.
I think that's what people are referring to.
Yeah, and because I mean I really don't know, but that's what everybody's saying, so that's where we're going
and it's
along
like
with it.
sleep. You go to sleep. Stars
It's
in
like
the moon.
sleep. Nightmares when you sleep.
I would like. See, I would like this because I like Freddy. I like how like mean he is, and
like
he's aggressive.
comical in a way.
Yeah, but he's aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not. Yes.
And I like that, and I think it does well in a house.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And there's different forms of him in a way too.
And
so it's not like in a sense with like Halloween,
where it's
Michael
just the
Myers,
one,
where
yeah.
it's kind of like, you know, he has different like looks and stuff like that, but like Freddy could really change in a way to make each scene very different.
What if they did like how they tried to do, or they did with Chucky last year, where it's like kind of meta, where like
gets his
now
own house.
Freddy gets his own house.
Freddy Krueger ultimate kill count.
See,
And
I
then
feel like
every
he could
year
do
we
that.
just get a major icon from horror
Yeah.
as their ultimate kill count house.
Yeah, and see what they do with it.
Could you imagine a mashup house of all past horror icons from the past decades? All of them in one house. Just this big mashup of all these. Ghostface, Freddy, Michael, Chucky, Gremlins. Put the little gizmo out there.
Imagine the like
That'd
the
be-
contracts that would have to go into
That'd
that.
be a nightmare. That's an IP nightmare.
Yeah,
But
that would be crazy.
imagine if you pull something like that off. You have all these just, Pennywise, but all these horror icons in one house. And it's just nonstop.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be fun. I feel like something like that could be really fun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I haven't seen Freddy at the event, so I would like to see that.
yeah, 25. I think it was the last time Freddy was at the event.
Yep.
HHN 25. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is the version 1 of the HHN 33 speculation map for this year's event. As far as houses go, I could not figure out how to get the mini Nikon to work. Let me see if I can.
We have talked about.
No, hold on. Let me see if I can get this to work. Maybe. Nope, can't get it.
Also, just quickly coming to Brian's defense, we have talked about this before, but the only reason Brian is hesitant with the Nightmare on Elm Street movies is because he does get sleep paralysis, so it's touchy.
I walk on the other side of the world at some times, and yeah. But I feel like when it comes to like Freddy and like being an 80s movie and stuff like that, I can get through it.
Yeah,
more modern movie might be a little more too much for me.
You'd probably be fine.
Yeah. All I'm gonna think about is that last live stream or 2 live streams ago when you did the Freddy Krueger reenactment right there.
I'm not doing it again. So.
You're not?
No.
That's all I think about now when I think of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's prime time. What's Stephanie?
I like that.
That threw me off. Were you guys here when Stephanie did that in a live stream? And then you gotta wait 10 minutes until people catch up in the chat. I just want to see if anybody remembers
just forgot about that.
No, people need to remember that. That happened in history, and I want people to remember. As I'm still waiting for chat to catch up and back me up here. Chat, back me up here. Nobody's backing me up. I'm about to end the stream.
Yeah, nobody remembers because it wasn't that crazy.
I'm ending the stream.
Anyway, so we have the 2 shows as well. Of course.
Yes.
Fire symbol.
Which is a Firehouse Subs house.
And then the other one.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. I want to talk about this. So we have the fire symbol. Everyone say Nightmare Fuel. Cool. All right. Next one. We also have the skull with the snake through it. Cool. We know what that is. We have 5 scare zones. All say unknown. They're all still in their respective locations. Okay. Cool. This one. The one that's
in the
right
Animal Actors?
in Animal Actors. We are finally getting an Animal Actors show.
Maybe. This
at
is
HHN.
speculation.
No, this is, I'm confirming it right there.
A Halloween-themed Animal Actor show.
Yep. Bring your animals to HHN. Bring your pets. Dress them up in costume. We're doing a costume contest with all the pets, Animal Actors. It's a whole Halloween show.
I will say, what do we think this little symbol is? Like a castle?
It's Fun Guy Gamers, Game of Thrones. Don't excite me. It's the Hondo show.
But it's an IP.
Yeah, it does say it's an IP, and it's a show that's supposed to be happening in Animal Actors. Excuse me. Yeah, and
Rocky Horror?
It's a castle. Do you remember when we talked about?
Why did you do that?
I was trying to make it into the song. Anyways, do you remember when we talked about Beetlejuice coming to the event?
Could be Beetlejuice.
We haven't been talking about him as a house. We know the movie's coming out, but what if we're getting the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review? And if you guys remember, the stage of it was kind of like castle-like in a way, because you had the classic monsters and stuff. What if that's what it is? Because Beetlejuice is an IP, the monsters are an IP. What if we get something like that there? Beetlejuice Graveyard Review, get a returning old one.
Justin said it's rumored to be a comedy show.
That's kind of what Beetlejuice was.
Yeah.
So, especially if it's an IP. So I feel like it'd be really cool. We do need another show.
Yes.
The Lagoon, questionable still right now. I really want the Lagoon show back.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's in the Animal Actor stage, I feel like this is the only location that can house a decent amount of people. I feel bad for the animals. If they're not a part of the show, I feel like they should be a part of the show because they're the greatest addition to Universal currently.
Let them sleep.
No, man, they want to be up partying. Bring them on the show. They love that. You see how crazy they go when they're in the show? But it would be interesting, though, to see if they were to do a show there, what kind of show we're looking at. They can't do anything crazy. They don't really have like the break space or the setup and design to do anything crazy with that space. I always thought, you know, I know we said the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review. That'd be really cool. I just don't think this is the location for it. If we're talking about this location, in my honest opinion, we need a show that runs weekly, maybe, where it's like special dates or something like that, where you get to meet and talk. You don't get to talk. You get to hear the conversations of like some of the Horror Nights creators, some of like the insiders and stuff like that, different shows. So there's different guest appearances and stuff like that. So there's a rerun ability with the show that people want to do and see new things. And it could just be like the behind the scenes of Halloween Horror Nights, how we put this year together. And just have like those creative people talking in it, take some questions. They could do 2-3 shows. It can eat away at the crowds. I know I would probably go every single day that they have a show like that to just hear new people's perspective on what it was like working on the event, some behind the stories and all that stuff. I think that'd be really cool. You know, something like that at the event for people. I always thought like a little panel like that would be really neat. So it's like instead of like the show aspect that Horror Nights brings, where you got the houses, the scare zones, and you know the live performances, now there's small part of the event you can actually get to see the making of the event. You get the behind the scenes kind of aspect for those real big fans. I always thought something like that would be cool, and I always thought this would be the prime location for something like that. Just to set up a couple director chairs right there in Animal Actors, and they have that one little like television monitor in the back of the screen that they can use to play some old footage and stuff like that. They can, I don't know how much that stadium houses,
A lot.
you know, but it's not just 10, you know, we're talking a couple hundred potentially there. So I feel like that could be a really good one.
It's not an IP though.
How is it not an IP if they're talking about IP properties during the creation of the event? There is some IP discussions, right? But I don't know. Just like that's something I would like to see. I'm not thinking that's what it is. That's just what I would like to see in general. I love the creation of the behind the scenes stuff, things like that. And I think a good amount of fans would love and appreciate to see how Halloween Horror Nights is the greatest haunt of all time. Not even close.
All right. Before we get into it again, that is it for.
Before we get into it, that is it. Good night.
That's it for the map. As of right now.
Yeah.
We still have all of the scare zones. Hopefully the Lagoon Show. And then those 2 unknown locations.
Yeah. I'm really excited for, like we said, that one house, Soundstage 24A, the skull. I'm excited for that. If Ghostbusters does come to the event, I'm really excited for that as well. And this show with this castle looking thing to it, like whatever that could be, I'm excited for that. I think Horror Nights needs another show. Last year we got robbed with only just getting one show. I understand the logistics layout. Remember last year's theme was logistics for last year. This year's fork in the road. So we're kind of seeing where we're going from here, what path we're choosing. But yeah, I mean, so there's the version 1 speculation map from Horror Nights Nightmares. We're probably going to get more speculation map versions down the road with new updates and things like that as we get closer to the opening of HHN, which isn't too far away. Guys, we are mid-March. April, May, things really pick up June, July, and then it's August. You know, that's when we basically are getting all the scare zones put into place and we're building up for September and October, you know? So it's like we're getting there. So it's coming around the corner. It's going to be very soon. More information will be out there. Just know this is just a speculation map for fans. Have fun with it. Don't take any of it serious. Just enjoy the process in the moment. Tyler Loves Theme Parks said 171 days. Who's counting? So, but I mean, y'all, are you ready to kind of wrap it up? Stuff's like, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, we're at an hour and 47 minutes. We changed the plans. Today was going to be the logistics and layouts for this year's event. Instead, we got blessed with version 1 of the spec map. So we wanted to talk about that, change of plans. We will discuss with you guys soon, at some point soon. I'm assuming either tomorrow or the following day, Thursday. We will go and discuss with you guys when we're going to do our next live stream. It's been every other week. However, we might possibly do it next week instead so we can have that conversation of logistics and layouts for this year's event. So stay tuned for that. We'll let you guys know. Also, I just want to say, again, a huge thank you for the continued support for this channel that we've been doing for a couple years now. I'm not going to get too emotional. I'm going to do my best. Just know that, oh, dang it. Darn. Don't make fun of me. I'm blessed to be in the situation that we're in, to be able to conversate Halloween Horror Nights with you guys every single year that we have since we've been doing this a few years back. This is my favorite season. I love speculation season. I love to see the excitement from you guys every single time, to see what you guys think and all that stuff. This is what makes this season special for me. I'm speaking for me personally with this. This event means so much. So thanks for the continued support for Steph and I when it comes to doing this channel. The videos have been rocking. That's all thanks to you guys. The live stream, seeing all the support and how many people are still watching us right now live. It's incredible. We have the Fright Club shop that's open. If anybody wants to check out the shop, www.frightclubshop.com. All purchases go to helping us continue to create more content for the channel. And you can even get one of these sick posters that Stephanie created. I mean, those are so. There's probably still my favorite piece of merch anywhere. So you can rep one of these and help support the channel. We also have a Discord. Do you want to drop the link to the Discord one more time?
Yep.
In the chat? So if you guys want to talk, if you guys want to talk with the community of the Fright Club, we're going to drop the link to the Fright Club Discord channel, BFO Discord channel. So you guys are going to be able to go and chat with everyone. We're going to talk about more speculation stuff and all that when any of this information gets out there. But the channel's been doing great, and I can't thank you guys enough for it. It means a lot.
Yep.
And I'm just excited to keep rolling with y'all with this stuff. So I appreciate you guys a lot. I want y'all to know that. So
yeah.
So the comments, the commitments, the Fright Club members, the likes, the continuous, chats for our live stream, like all that stuff, none of it goes unnoticed by us. We see it all. So I truly appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. But before we close it out, Javier with the 5, you both are doing great. Cheers to the future, Mr. and Mrs. Dracula.
Thank you.
Rock on. We appreciate it, Javier. Thank you. So with that being said, we're going to be coming to the end of our segment here for tonight's live stream. We got to take the baby. Now's your time to come on the show. Now's your time. This is Hando the Baby, the Madib, the Lisan Agaib, the true leader. This is him. And we're going to go take care of him because he's got to go outside.
Lead us to paradise.
He's going to lead us to paradise. And we're going to take care of the little guy. I'm going to get something to eat. I haven't eaten since, I can't remember. I think it was midday. And we'll chat with you guys soon. We'll let you guys know future updates and what we're doing with the channel as far as a live stream and a potential video coming out sometime soon, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
You excited, buddy? You excited to end the live stream? You ready to end the live stream? Yeah. You tell all these people, say, please give me my mom and dad back. All right, well, with that being said, that's going to do it from us here in the... Whoa.
That's from Javier's.
Oh, okay. It's so delayed.
There's a delay. I think you can fix that.
Yeah, I'll fix it later. But with that being said, that's going to be it for us here in Casa de la Hondo in the Fright Club studio. And until the next video, we look forward to see you guys there. And like always, we'll catch you guys in the fog. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.